Hey guys, it's Yuta. So, as I started making anime related videos, people started saying, oh, Yuta is turning into a weeb. Which isn't really surprising, but I noticed something interesting. Not many people are using the full word weeaboo anymore. I remember the time when many people were using that word. I made this reaction video to Filthy Frank in 2016, and at that time, many people were still using it. Back then, weebs were basically non-Japanese people who watched so many anime, they started believing they're Japanese or something, and they think they know everything about Japan. They think Japan is the best country and they defend Japan no matter what. So that type of specific people. But then people started using it in a more casual way. And now people just use the shorter version, Weeb, for pretty much anybody who watches anime. Of course, you might disagree and say something like, oh, weebs are actually blah blah blah, but it is a fact that if you watch any anime, there will be people who will call you a weeb. So that's how many people use. And you can see these changes on Urban Dictionary. This entry from 2015 goes, a weeaboo is a non-Japanese person who is obsessed with Japanese culture. Keep in mind that one can watch anime and really enjoy it, speak Japanese, and like Japanese culture without being a weeaboo, as long as they do not worship Japanese culture and abandon or denounce their own. So this is a very specific thing. You can be learning Japanese, but if you actually do it properly and respect Japanese culture, you won't be a weeaboo. And by the way, if you are interested in that, you can subscribe to my email group where I teach you the kind of Japanese the real-life Japanese people today actually speak. So not like broken weeaboo Japanese. So click the link in the description and subscribe. Anyway, this is an entry for Weeb from 2017. And it says, a weeb is a non-Japanese male who watches and is a fan of CGDCT anime. What's CGDCT? Cute girls doing cute things. So, someone who watches a specific type of anime. You can already see some changes. The anime aspect is more emphasized in this definition. But still, it has to be a specific type of anime, cute girls doing cute stuff. I think in Japanese, this will be something like moe anime. This definition says keion, nichijou, but I would add is the order rabbit or Lucky Star. These are very stereotypically moe anime. But that was from 2017, and there's another entry from 2019, and this is actually a top definition, weeb. Lesser version of a weeaboo, which is CGDCT anime, may or may not have a body pillow waifu. Usually browsers are anime memes. So this definition acknowledges that weeb is a broader term. And you see, it doesn't even say that it has to be a non-Japanese person, so Japanese people can be weebs, I guess, according to this definition. But then, there's another definition from 2019, from November, that says, weeb, just a normal person who likes anime. And today, many people use weeb this way. I also checked Google Trends to see how the search volumes changed. And you can clearly see the moment when more people became interested in the term weeb instead of weeaboo. It was sometime around between 2017 and 2018. And I think part of the reason is that anime became a little more mainstream than before, so more people started watching anime, so maybe we needed a word for them. In a way, weeb is kind of similar to the Japanese word otaku. Otaku is actually just somebody who is really into something and knows a lot about it. It doesn't have to be anime, it can be cars, computers, or even music. But it's also true that a lot of people associate otaku with anime. And if we use the word otaku without specifying what kind of otaku, it usually means anime otaku. But the thing about otaku is that it takes much more than just watching anime, because watching anime in Japan is completely normal. For example, Demon Slayer is very popular in Japan at the moment, so it doesn't matter how old you are. If you watch Demon Slayer, you're just a normal Japanese person. If you watch anime like One Piece, Naruto, My Hero Academia, Gintama, you're just a normal Japanese person. Of course, not every adult watches anime in Japan, but I can say pretty much almost every kid watches some anime. So even if you don't watch anime regularly at the moment, you have watched more than just a few anime in the past, at least when you were little. If you haven't watched or read any of these shonen anime or manga, you're actually not a normal Japanese person. You're very not normal. So to be considered an otaku, it takes more than just watching a few of these shonen anime. You have to invest in anime a lot more. It can be digging really deep, or cosplay, or buying doujinshi, or maybe collecting some anime related stuff. 無意味に潰されるのは困るんだよね。Yeah, but it takes a lot for Japanese people to start calling you an otaku. But also, as we have seen in some of these definitions on Urban Dictionary, there are certain types of anime that are associated with otaku. If a Japanese person tells me that their favorite anime is the Order Rabbit, I would kind of think, oh, maybe this person is an otaku. Or more traditionally, Lucky Star. I kind of think these are types of anime that you have to be really into anime to enjoy. I tried to watch Lucky Star, but every time I did, I failed. I just didn't get it. I feel like it takes some type of otaku quality to enjoy these anime. I realized that many of my favorite anime are the kinds of anime that are very easy to understand even if you don't watch a lot of anime. For example, one of my favorite anime is Oregairu. And it does make some anime or light novel cultural references. You can totally enjoy this without getting these references. Many of its jokes and satire are based on real life rather than anime. And even if it's a light novel originally, it goes beyond just a typical light novel. So much of it is just like a regular novel. But with anime like Lucky Star, I feel like you need to understand some type of anime culture to enjoy it. And another type of anime that is associated with otaku is idol anime, like Love Live or Idol Master, because idol is another genre that is strongly associated with otaku. So anime and idol combined, that is like super otaku. That's why when we interview people in Akihabara about their favorite anime, many of them mention these idol anime. But interestingly, the word otaku has also become more casual. A lot of otaku culture has been popularized in the last couple of decades. And with all these streaming services, watching anime is more casual than ever. It's very easy to watch all kinds of anime today. You can just go online. You used to have to physically go to a rental shop to rent a DVD or something, or even VHS. If you wanted to know more about anime, you have to buy books or specialized magazines. So you have to be really interested in anime to do these things. But today, many anime are even on Netflix. You can be watching any live action movies and you just think, oh, I've heard of this anime, maybe I can give it a try. And you start watching it and you like it. No need to Google around and click through fake links and ads and pop-ups anymore. You can watch one episode and if you don't like it, you can just move on to the next anime. It doesn't cost you any extra money. Many voice actors have YouTube channels, so it's very easy to check them out and maybe watch other anime that they are in. So it's easy to learn a lot about anime and many people call themselves an otaku today. There's also less stigma attached to the word otaku, and I think that's also kind of similar to Weeb. I personally reserve the word otaku for very specific types of people, but other people might use it more casually. And again, that also applies to the word weeb. Times have changed. And also in terms of Japanese culture, I think Western people are generally more knowledgeable about it compared to, let's say, 5 years ago. Japanese people like me also make videos talking about Japan and correct some misconceptions. And the good thing is, if you subscribe to my email group, I will teach you the kind of Japanese that real-life Japanese people today actually speak, which can be different from the kind of Japanese that textbooks teach you because it can be unnatural and old-fashioned. So click the link and subscribe to my email group, Japanese with Yuta. Alright, see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao!